Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Clockwork Planet, episode 7. So let's be honest. It's time to shine some bright reality onto this show. Clockwork Planet is not a great show. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not one of the worst things I've seen. It's not just as well as I wanted it to be. You know, since episode 1, one of the issues I've been having with it is that at times it feels like it knows where the plot wants to go. It seems to have a very concisive kind of, oh, we're going to go from here to there. That's exactly what's going to happen. The problem is, though, is that also at times, equally, they throw things at you in vast amounts without fully explaining what the hell's going on, or what's relevant about this, or why is it like this specifically. Case in point, let's talk about this week's episode, obviously. So, this week's episode we have, the focus on Anchor. And obviously the whole thing is Rizu and Naoto planning to take down Anchor, not through violent means per se, but to attack her so this way whatever is controlling her, because as Naoto heard, it sounded like she was screaming for help. So that's their plan, is to take her down by using Naoto as a shield, but at the same time having Ryuzu as the attacker that destroys the mask that he thinks is what's causing the kind of control over her. The very beginning of this episode had something to do with explosions in Akihabara, like it's like a fake version of Akihabara or a geared version of Akihabara. And I'm like, well, what does that have to do with anything? And then it goes 3 days back, which is where our actual story starts taking place with taking down Anchor and all that. Why? What was the point of that? That was no point to that. To me, that was very off-putting and just oddly placed story-wise. I mean, if you read the light novels or whatever, I completely understand. Maybe they do it a little bit better than that. Maybe it's because they're trying to skip parts or something like that. But for the most part, it just felt out of place. I mean, I would have rather just had them talk about planning to do something in Akihabara, or not just go and flat out, let's do shit in Akihabara for some reason all of a sudden. Next off, we have the whole thing of like the actual battle, which the battle is cool between Anchor and Rizu. We learned that Rizu actually is not a attacking unit. Her job is apparently more like I don't want to say support per se, but that's probably the best way I can describe it right now. Where Anchor is all about destruction and annihilation. So she is an attacking, automaton. And I thought that was interesting because we never really got to hear Ryuzu say that about herself. Now, what was interesting though is that they're doing all these weird attacks like, Mute Echo and Bloody Monday. We know Mute Echo already. We have an idea of that being how essentially Ryuzu becomes faster and able to kind of like almost be able to manipulate speed around her. Okay, but what does Bloody Monday do? I don't know, because they didn't actually go into detail about it. Once again, Clockwork Planet, please stop. Spend a minute or even maybe an episode talking a little bit more about the automatons, especially her models. If you're gonna start throwing these attacks out like left or right, and then have it where, oh yeah, there's different models of us where some are attackers and some are support. Okay. It's just, again, that's what I'm talking about right here. That's kind of going to my main point where I first started this review, is that there's too much going against Clockwork Planet's already kind of wishy-washy plot. It's like at times it knows where it wants to go, like I said before, and then at times it goes, yeah, let's go this way instead. Think of it this way, the best example I can give it. Say that you know how to get from point A to point B, right? And you think it's like a straight line, so it's simple. Just go from point A to point B. It's straight line. Takes 10 minutes, whatever. But then someone in your group decides, hey, listen, to get to point B, why don't we take point C? It loops around to point B. It adds like 10 minutes to it, but whatever, it's cool to go there. And it's got a nicer, nicer atmosphere. So you go from point A to point C, then back to point B. That's what this show does. Like, it goes beyond certain aspects, then goes back to it. Guess what? If you need proof of that, the Akihabara beginning. It's like, why? Why'd you need to start that way? To me, this show just doesn't have a good, solid, where it wants to do and what it wants to be. I feel like there was a lot of talk on how they should present the actual show, and people are just like, let's just do all of it. And it's like, okay, whatever, let's have the automatons, let's have the story, let's have the fan service, let's have the beach episode, let's have all that shit, just throw it into it. Go for it, go wild. No, you don't do anime like that. It's weird when you do anime like that. So this week's episode, I know I'm deviating from that, obviously, but it's not that. I'm not going to rant. I'm not going to title this rant review or anything like that, because it's not a rant. It's just me talking the truth about the show. It all falls into this week's episode, because this week's episode was, to me, very mediocre. I mean, I won't lie, I did like the part with actually Naoto and Anchor becoming master and servant. I thought that was kind of cute. you know, her crying and stuff like that. That was also cute. I actually felt bad for Anchor to a point. I don't know how I feel about the whole, you know, brother, sister, or not brother, sister, husband, or no, father, mother, and sister. That was what they said. I couldn't think exactly what it was, but they said that, and I'm like, what does that mean? Why is it why is it, was that necessary? I don't know. It's like a lot of things with Clockwork Planet. That's the bottom line. Like, it feels like a lot of things are unnecessary in the show. And maybe that was the easy way of saying it, but I want to talk to you guys and girls about this because I feel like I need to talk about it. Anyways, guys and girls, as always, if you enjoyed this review, or if you, well, I don't know if you want to call this a rant, but I'm trying to say it's not a rant. But if you enjoyed this review, you know what to do. You can hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, go to my Patreon, help me out by donating money if you want. You don't have to. It's not like I'm going to be like, no, you must do it or I'm not going to make YouTube anymore. Not going to happen. But it helps me out because I'm trying. I actually am trying. Maybe not this week. Maybe not this week. But soon. I should have a new microphone. An actual good microphone. Not the one I bought that was like $20, which was garbage. I hate that thing. It's a piece of crap. I'm going to throw it out soon. An actual good microphone. So hopefully we'll get to that point. Anyways, guys and girls, I will talk to you later. Have a blessed day, everyone. God bless you all. Bye-bye.